Howdy y'all, and welcome back to City Skylines. This is my beautiful oil-crazed city of Blackwoods. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. So yeah, I got to apologize to everybody that's been hanging around waiting for me. If there is anybody hanging around waiting for me, that is. It's been like over 9 days, I think, something like that. You know, reasons beyond my control, really. We've had like some real trying, testing times down here in Nashville. So yeah, it's been hot, nothing I could control. So yeah, it's been quite difficult, I guess, to get stuff out. And we've also had the Easter vacation, things like that. So I apologize, you know, it was beyond my control. But, you know, I haven't gone away. I'm still here. The family's safe. So yeah, we're still living the dream, whatever that is. So yeah, let's get on with it, I guess. Now, what did I get done last time around? Last time around, I made a power plant, I believe. Here it is. So yeah, I made this little power plant here. It's kind of cool. Made out of vanilla assets using a piece of the metro track. Looks kind of like electrical wiring. These are seesaws and garbage cans. Look like something from a distance. There you go. Forgot to put in, there was one building I forgot to put in for some reason. I always intended to put it in there. It is, you see I was having a look for it. Props department here. I forgot to put in the snack wagon. Forgot to put in one of these. I was going to clip this in and have this look like a kind of building somehow. Kind of like that. Now you wouldn't even think that that's like a food place, would you, looking at that? Oh, we got some abandoned buildings. I don't know what that's about. Let's get rid of them. How weird. Oh well, never mind. Kind of that's what happens when you got them historical. So yeah, that's that. Now, thinking about this week or today, I'm thinking we gotta do something with this. That's what I'm thinking here. So yeah, let's try building up here. Now, what I'm thinking here is my intention was to have like an authentic kind of oil industry, but it I haven't got the room. I really haven't got the room. So, tell you what, I'm going to put a couple of pictures up here. Or here, wherever they appear. I'll get back to you after that. And here we are. This is the kind of vibe I'm going for. This kind of oil industry kind of thing here. You see you got the oil well in the background there, or an oil pump, whatever you want to call that. Yeah, they kind of look like this. So this is what I want to try and do in my kind of vanilla build. Is impossible because I can't really do it because I haven't got the kind of assets, but that's the vibe I wanted. And here's a couple more. This is what the actual oil wells look like close up and a little bit of the storage. There you go. Now, if you ever want to see how big the footprint is of these oil fields, this is from Wasson, you know, Texas. This is one on its own, close up. And it kind of set out like this. Like a huge patchwork. You see how far distance they are between each other? And in this one here, you can see just how vast these oil fields are. I mean, yeah, like I said, I haven't got the space of mine. And if you think we're done here, how about that? My word, that takes up a lot of room. And you can see in the distance the patchwork blankets you got with the farming and all that. But yeah, they take up a lot of room, a lot of space. So there you go, just in case you wanted to know. Now, if you remember the one that's got that kind of a heavy industrial kind of look to it, yeah, I ain't got a chance really, because we ain't got that many kind of buildings. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and put that in this strip here. I'm going to have these set aside for the pumps, for these oil wells, which are these things here. Here, I'm going to do a bit of oil storage. So I'm going to give this a little jig around, make it look as kind of authentic, but I can't really do it, but I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna try. Yeah, I might have to expand on putting in some more residential around here and some offices and things around here. And I'm thinking, because this is gonna get super, well, it is super busy, but it's probably gonna get beyond my control, so I might start putting in some public transport. And I've also got another little trick up my sleeve that I don't think anyone's ever done before, because it's kind of what I'm good at. It's what I'm famous for. Not on this game, but on other games over the years. I'm good at using things for other things. as you probably noticed with my power plant. So yeah, I got another little trick up my sleeve that I can show you guys. I don't think it's ever been done on YouTube because I don't think anybody uses this particular asset. If you ever notice, I put these little roads in here. If I take away one of these roads right now and fill these squares up, let's put that on there. Right. So what you got here is these only go 4 deep each way, like that. So that's there. So that's 4 deep. No, that's 4 deep. So what we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 21 squares, which are not really being built on. Okay. Now, if you put the road in, which is this one right here, let's measure it up that one. There it is. Put the road back in. Kind of stop it clipping in. There you go. How many squares is that taking away? That is taking away only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. There you go. And 14 is a lot better than 21 squares. So this is why I put these roads in here. It's a way of expanding as much building potential as you can get. So it's a little trick for you in case you wanted to know why I do that. So what we're going to do, we're going to play a game of whack-a-mole. I'm going to delete all the ones that look like pumps and oil storage. And I want to try and keep, this is perfect here. This is the look I want. So I want to keep all these kind of industrial buildings like this one here. I'm going to change these rows up here. These ones here, just these ones. Because these are going to kind of give you that kind of more industrial vibe, which I've got going around here. So we're going to go with that. So yeah, let's play a little bit of whack-a-mole. That involves me deleting these. I'll speed the game right up. Keep deleting them like that. Till I get the buildings I want. Oh, look at that. That's oh no, it's one of them. Get rid of that. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. This one? Great. Not that one. Now, this is going to take a lot of time, but you can see here, this is what whack-a-mole is. It's like hours trying to wait for the right buildings to come in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get right back to the end of this. I'll show you which ones I've done. I might change these around. Here we go. I think we've made it. I think we just got there right now. Any more coming in? Maybe a couple more places, I believe. Like they're popping in somewhere. Let's get rid of that tree. Why is there a tree there? Goodbye, little tree. Got something to pop in here, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully something will pop in there. But yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. This is the look. See, it's like a heavy industrial look. It's another tree. What are you doing here? Be gone. So there we go. I'm kind of happy. What is that supposed to be? Interesting. Okay, I'll leave that as it is. That's fine. As long as it's not one of those oil wells, that's fine. Yeah, so this is the kind of approach I'm going for. This is like heavy on the industrial look. Now these are the ones I was trying to get to pop in. This took ages. I mean, like nearly an hour. And these are 3 by 2s. So you go 3 by 2s. In case you ever wanted to build any of them yourself. So there you go. Now here, I'm gonna have this as a line of oil containers, I believe. So let's see, what can I do to make this like that? A bit more deleting, I believe. Just delete all this. Pause again. There we go. So this is our oil industry right now. Sorry to phone the church, but you know, your oil industry is going to look a lot better. If you see here, so they demand not enough workers. So that kind of tells me that I really got to start building some more houses around here. So these might go abandoned, or they might be filled in by people moving into the city. We'll see what happens, but you know, I can remedy that situation later on down the line. So yeah, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to try and do a couple of rows of where we just have oil containers. So let's get onto these tracks here. A bit more deleting here, I believe. Delete them. Now let's have a look. I want to kind of put a road in here. Can I squeeze that in? I think I can. Just about. How about if I do it there? That kind of makes sense. I like that one. And there. It's okay. Down the center there. It kind of works for me. So let's put in some oil industry. Singular ones like this. Oops, not that one. We'll check about that. Well, what I want to do is I want to get maybe some of the same kind of color. Bit of uniformity, if that's a word. It is now. Let's speed that up. There we go. So all this is going to be the oil storage, which are kind of these barrels here, which are popped in there. Here we go. Here they're popping in now. So this one's going to be brown. So maybe I can put these as the brown color ones. I'm going to try and keep to like the same kind of color scheme. That kind of thing. Oh look, it's got abandoned. Oh well. I'll have to redo that building again later. And that one's brown as well. Okay, interesting. What other colors are there? There's yellow and there's orange and red, I believe. Yellow, orange, red. So we could do it like that. Here's the yellow one. So this is going to be another game of whack-a-mole. So what I'll do, I'll get back to you at the end of this. There's the orange one popping in. Oh, that's not connected. Let me try that out again. There we go. That's better. There we go. Am I happy with that? I believe I am. I believe I am. So let me see. There's 1, 2, 3 ways of getting in. 1, 2, 3 ways of getting out. Yeah, that's perfect. I'm happy with that. Right, so we're gonna fill in the rest of these. Then I'll play whack-a-mole with them. So these, I don't mind what these turn into, as long as they're not too many of the industrial buildings. Here we go. That looks like it. That's perfect. Got to get them to move in here now. So we're gonna have one kind of here. Gonna have one here like that. And maybe one here. So I'm gonna keep playing whack-a-mole until... Oh, actually, this is perfect. Straight away. Well, this one's a little different. Let's try that one out again. So yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna carry on with this. And with this one here, what I want with these is I want just a couple of kind of random ones. Just come out of here. There you go. So this is what it looks like. This is the kind of heavy industry kind of side. Here. Then it kind of transfers into this oil storage place, which still needs to be filled up. Over time, that'll fill up. And then we could transfer into all these kind of oil wells here. Bit of a mix, and then just a couple. And this anomaly here. So you go. That's my kind of design. I'm going to play a little bit of whack-a-mole to finish all this off here. Eventually. Put one in there. I'll probably get these the right shade of color. And then after that, I'm going to think about putting in some residential over here. So I'll get back to you at the end of all this. Wow, that's a lot better. I like that. Yep, I'm happy with that. There you go. So this is perfect. This is... I like the fact that this is kind of empty, because, you know, nothing's quite uniform when it comes to these oil fields, not all of them. I like maybe this being abandoned because there's no oil or something like that, so I kind of like this art design. It's pretty cool. This took me ages to get all these barrels lined up and to be the right color, so there you go. That's what they look like. Kind of interesting, but it works. So yeah, so let's get on. Next on my list of things to do. Now I gotta put in some transportation, I believe. So let's go with, we're gonna go with the metro, which is here. There we go, metro line. Now let's see, where can I sneak one in? Maybe in here. Let's put one in there. We're going to put one over here somewhere. Let's have a look where we can put this. I like the idea of, yeah, I like the idea of having it in here somewhere. So we're going to put another one in here. Kind of want it this way. I don't know. I'm going to put it here right next to that path here. I'm going to put one down next to the main harbor here. Now this is going to be interesting. I'm going to put it here, I think. Just on that corner there. Now this is the main avenue for people to come in via sea. So this is why we're going to have this here. So let's join all these up, he says, going on the wrong one. Which one is this one here, isn't it? Metro tracks, and we're going to go underground. There we go, and we want to place them. Take all our snapping points off. There we go, and we're going to make it all twisty-turny. So I'm going to join this one up with this one here. Somehow. There we go, that's perfect. And now we got to change the color of that one because it's kind of a bit hard to see. So is this the metro here? It is. Right, so let's change that color to... Let's go for a... Let's go for a yellow line. There you go, and you can see how that goes around. So it goes kind of up and down on here. Doesn't go through this line here. That's kind of strange. So these all linked up here. These, and it goes all the way here to this station here and to this station here, and it loops around here. And I got a station here. Right, so now we got all that in place. Oh, I like that building. Wish it was on the corner. It would look better on the corner, I guess. So now we got all this in place. Next on my list is to change that around. Next on my list is I got a little trick up my sleeve. Now, this is something I've never seen anybody ever do on YouTube, let alone ever seen them do it anyway. It's something that I'm pretty good at, as you could probably tell with what I did with the power plant over there. Is using things for not quite what they're intended to be used for. Now this involves this acid here. Now nobody ever uses this unless they're playing natural disasters, which I don't have installed quite yet. I'll get there eventually, which is here. This one here, there you go. Flood wall. Look at that monstrosity. Now that is too big really to be used anywhere on the land. It just doesn't fit in. And where you want to put it is where this key wall is. Trouble is, he says, getting rid of that pop-up because it's really annoying. You can't put it anywhere on the water. It just doesn't work. It's kind of it's I guess this is going to be in my top 3 of most least useless unwanted things in the whole game, I guess. Number 3 on my list is this. Number 2, the most useless, awful design. Now I'm being critical, but you know, us models could have made a better design. These piers are so far out the water, so boats can't reach them. Absolutely terrible design. And the worst thing they ever came up with is, here it is here. Chirper. So yeah, that's why I'm never going to put down the chirper balloon. I hate that. I hate chirper. I mean, it's a great kind of little icon, but for me personally, I hate it. It's just too cartoony-ish for my liking. If I want to play a cartoonish type of game, I'll play Sims 4, that kind of thing. But for me, I'm into realism, and that for me it just doesn't cut it. So sorry, Paradox, but you know, it's not for me. Sorry about that. So it's probably about 2% of my audience are gone now. So what we're going to do is we're going to try something with this flood wall here. And that's, first of all, we're going to delete that. So, I got to find a place to put it. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to move all my water here. I'm going to put it here. So let's have a think. Yep. What I'm going to do, I'm going to place a road here. Any old road to do. They're all on. Let's put them all on. There we go. Keep that nice and straight right now. Like that. Go. Want a key wall in here somewhere, so... I'll expand that road down here. Gonna put it there. Like that. Shoreline required. Well, I got a shoreline. Here it is. Come on, water. There we go. Yeah, it kind of works. As you notice, every time you like shape around the land or manipulate, displace water, like the bathtub, you jump in the bath, the water rises and stuff like that. So this could affect the whole city. So I got to come up with a plan so I don't affect my whole city. My key was a little bit too low down, I believe. There we go. I'm happy with that. Let's do a bit more. I can see a little bit of a bump appearing there, so let's put that on low. So I can get rid of that bump. There we go. I think that's the bump gone. Now what I want to do is I want to protect my kind of city here. So what I'll do another time lapse. I'm gonna form a kind of a mountain. Kind of like that. And I want to bring that around here to protect all this land here. Because I know when I start moving this around, all this is going to flood. So I want to try and protect my land as much as I can. So what I'll do is I'll bring that around here like that. And get ready for the flood. I kind of think. So yeah, I'm gonna time lapse this. You can watch me time lapse it if you want. I'm gonna leave a little place for the water to get in there. There you go. You can see what I mean by every time you play around with water and land, it just floods everywhere. But they'll sort themselves out again over time. And it's going to stop the rest of the city being completely engulfed by water. Right, so that's my city protected for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit more of land changing here. So let's go back on here. This one here. I'm going to copy this level here. So that's left click here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill out a shape here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put the flood wall in here. There we go, that should work. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some pumps in here as well. So let's do that. I'm going to suck away all this water. There we go, that's worked fine. No more flooding because of these little kind of like raised land, kind of weird mountains I put there. So there you go, that's the trick for doing that. So we don't need these anymore, so delete them. Now what I want to do is I want to flatten the land out, so let's do that. There we go, that's nice and flat. And what I want to do is I want to make sure the flood wall kind of is submerged in the water and peeping over the top. I don't want it too high out of the water so you can still see the land. So this is going to be a bit tricky, hit and miss. I don't know the correct measurements because I'm kind of doing this on the fly again. So like there, that's too low down. So I want it kind of lower than this, maybe about there. Kind of that height, I believe. So the best way to look at that is you go on here. Did this one here? Terrain height. Kind of like that, kind of that level there. So we're about there. There we go. Now let's see if I can place this key wall down. About here. That's straight. Now I don't want it too close to this key here, because what I want to do, I want to dig a channel out to make sure there's enough water that goes in and out. So put these back on actually. Kind of there. Let's come down here. So what I want to do, I want to dig out a channel. Go down, small. Enough channel, enough for the water to come around and come in here. So I'm going to do that. Bring that along there like that. Now hopefully this will work. I'm not too sure. We'll find out. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to place some pumps in here. Maybe about 3 or 4. So let's do that. I'll get back to you at the end of this. There you go. I'm happy with that. Now this is going to be filled in with offices, which are kind of the headquarters to this water industry, I guess. Now I got to play around with this footpath later on, but this is kind of a way of getting around here to do maintenance, that kind of thing. Got to use your imagination. Now let's hook in these pipes here, like that, like that. There we go. We can delete these ones. We don't need these anymore. Delete all them. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to let the water in to see if it works. See if it works. Now this might be too close towards here when I put the key down. If it is, I'll just move this land in a little bit more. So we'll do that. Come out of here. There we go. Let's get on to leveling the land to this depth here. Now I'm hoping this is not too low down. Looks kind of low down. We'll give it a little test, see what happens. Yep, I'm very happy with that. I was hoping it wasn't too low out, too low, so this is going to be submerged too much, and I didn't want it to be too high to make it look ridiculous where you'd see the land popping through, but that looks fine by me. I was a bit worried about the water not coming in. It all depends on how much gap you got here to give it a chance to come in, because got to bear in mind this would be sucking up all the water, so if you only got a trickle coming in here, this is going to suck it all up. It's going to look kind of useless, I guess. So there we go. Now let's see if I place the key wall in, will this change things? I want it to make sure it doesn't affect it too much. There you go. That's about as good as I'm going to get it. I can't get that any closer because these are kind of interacting with each other, and that's kind of a bit of a shame. So this path I can realign that later on. Look into that. But yeah, this is so this is my design. This is the best way of using flood walls to something other than what they're supposed to be for. Kind of looks pretty cool like that, I guess. So I think we can take away these pumps now. And when you do this, it still kind of affects the water. I did it once before where I deleted pumps and it just started flooding everywhere. It was kind of weird. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, this is my little design. So I'm going to put a couple of offices in here. Now I'm looking for a particular design. So how many can we fit in there? So there's one, maybe one there. That leaves us a gap of 2 spaces. Okay. So like that. So what we're going to get, that's fine. I'm okay with that one. Yep, there we go. This is my waterworks, I guess you call that. So this is fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come up with a design for this part of this town here. Yeah, I'm going to expand on putting some residential down here, maybe some stores and maybe commercial and offices around the main harbor here. Before I do that, let's get rid of all these little lumps and bumps. And I've got to be careful on here because even doing this could like create a lot of flooding. And as you can see, it's all recovered. There we go. That's my kind of final design for shaping up the land. Like I reclaimed this back, manipulated the land to make it kind of more natural looking, I guess. This is a better view. Kind of like that. Give it some more kind of beachfront kind of areas. Maybe I can put in some more kind of beach activities along here. Although we haven't really got a lot of our disposal. Here I kind of want it to be a kind of natural slope and beachfront here. Here I wanted to keep this kind of theme of having the key here. Well, there's a little bump there. The key along here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to have houses built around here somewhere, something like that. So it's going to be all built up. Okay, let's see if I can come up with a design to increase our population. Give all these people jobs. I'm going to have to put in some more businesses in here. So let's start off by, Now this is like a main artery, this is. And this is kind of a main collector road, I guess. So I'm going to put one road in here. It's going to be a small one, but it's going to be the 4-lane one, my favorite one. He says, going past it, so I can put that in here. I don't think this needs to be that big. Let's put this on straight. Like this. Put it all the way through here. I'm going to go for a bit of a grid format, just for the beginnings. I want to put some high residential in here. So we're going to go... let's see, what kind of road shall I put in? Let's give them some parking for once. About here, I think. There you go, I'm happy with that for now. Let's have a look. I definitely want to put in a cemetery around here somewhere. So let me have a think. We can snake a road around here. Let's change the road up. Let's give it this one here. Put that on freeform. Actually, let me change that to straight road. I want to put a straight road in for now. About there. So I want this cemetery to be kind of here. This button here. This one here. So I want it here. But I want it facing the other way. So let's get rid of that road there. This is why I put these markers down. Kind of helps you out. There we go. We're going to have the cemetery there. Like that. And then we're going to connect this road in. Go twisty windy road. That seems to fit in okay. Now, this is structured to be a kind of heavy gridded format. But for this area here, I'm going to kind of do a kind of organic, kind of twisty-turny kind of design. So I want it to be less gridded around here. Let's have a look at this place here. Right, so this is going to be the main cutaway road into this kind of area here, which is going to be heavily filled with commercial buildings and offices, that kind of thing. So do I want it straight, or let's try straight. So what straight looks like. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Let's follow that shape down here. I like that. It's kind of interesting. So let's lay out some more roads. Let's delete this and this and this. Pause the game. I'm going to tie these roads up together. So now we can put in like a kind of commercial setup here. Kind of like this. I want it to stop about here. And we go to meet up with that. There we go. That's fine for now. And now all this is going to be commercial and office, all this area here. Here we're going to put in some more kind of suburbia. So let's do that. There we go. That's my setup. This is going to be designed for a high school. Give it a bit of more kind of character, a bit of twisty turns here. This I'm thinking maybe seafront properties, that kind of thing. I've tried to put in that kind of cul-de-sac design here, so let's see if this works out or not. Let's see. Right now, let's see if we can put some services down. Medical center, medical clinic. Where does that want to go? And now this police, I just put this here, if you remember, just because we had like a bit of an issue there. Now, looks like a natural place to put a medical center around here somewhere. So, there we go, like that. And let's put it in here. There we go, so that can go there. Now the police station I might move. I might even change the shape of that one. So let's look at fire. Fire is pretty much covered well, I think. Don't need to worry about fire. Look at the police. Well, that's covered by this one. Let's move that. Yeah, that's okay. That'll work there. What else can we put in here? So we got the police. We got... Is there anything else we can put in here? Let's go into schools. So high school I'm going to put here. There we go. And let's put in a tiny school. Now where can I put that? I like the idea of having that near the kind of church. I'm going to call it a church more than a cemetery. Put that there like that. I'm okay with that. Now all we got to do now is place some parks. So we got a library over here. It's not really a good enough place for a university, so let's put some parks in instead. I want to put that there, I think. About there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. This one here, gonna move that. Gonna keep it, but gonna move it. Gonna put that one kind of there. I'm gonna put a park down here as well. Now this, because it's like kind of beachfront area. I'm gonna put one down there. It's got that kind of beach vibe. There you go, I like that. What the good thing about this is you can use that on a little hack where you can place it more than 2 tiles away, so that kind of works. And then we can put a path in here. Extend that, there you go. Got a little bit more space to play with. So I kind of like that idea, having a park there. So we got that one there. But this is our kind of setup for now. So what I'm going to do is just going to fill this in with houses, I guess. Right, everybody, I believe I'm about done for this. Yeah, we're going to call this quits now. I think I've been on here long enough. Let's do a little overview of what we got done. So today, I kind of had the idea of changing this up into... I wanted this to be a kind of more authentic looking oil field, which is kind of impossible with what I've got in my hands. But I managed to do something pretty cool, I think. This is the... themed on the heavy industrial side of the oil industry. This is a lot of oil storage I put there. Spent about an hour playing whack-a-mole. You saw what that entails. These are the kind of the oil fields. So they kind of look like that. Pretty cool. What else did we do? We started implementing, as you can see here, we started implementing some public transport because I'm getting kind of scared this is going to be kind of busy now. Also, over here we go. This is our passenger harbor. Now I've created this kind of downtown little vibe, which is kind of fitting with the passenger harbor, which is Colossal Lines just there. So this is all offices, and this is kind of commercial. And here's the other metro, and you can see this is getting a lot of heavy use, so people are using this. Also here, this is my own invention, and you know, it's what I'm good at, is doing things not like you're supposed to. So there you go. This is kind of a water works, I guess, or a water industry. These are the offices for that. So yeah, this is a way to use your kind of flood walls. It kind of works really well. And the last thing we did is there was people, not enough workers was one of the problems, and the other problem was there was not enough educated workers. So I've increased my population by implementing this kind of new neighborhood. And now this is high residential. Now this is normal suburbia. Putting things in like another cemetery, that kind of thing. Schools, that kind of thing. Yeah, this is like the gridded format here. This is more kind of, I gave it a bit more character, that kind of thing. So there you go. Stuck this little park in here, and you can see the paths are getting used quite a lot. I use the kind of road hack where you can place the road down, put the park down, take the road away then, and you can put the road a bit further down to extend the path, that kind of thing. You can do that with all buildings that are not growable. If they're ploppable, you can do that. So there you go. Obviously this is going to need a lot of detailing. Stuck some more offices here, that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, it's been a long time coming getting back on this game, so it's probably going to take me a while to get back into the swing of things, doing it properly, I guess. So yeah, this is what I managed to get done today. Isn't it a doozy? It's kind of cool. There you go. So this is my city. So once again, I apologize that it took so long for me to get here, but like I said, we've been having quite a lot of troubled times in Nashville, so but we're all back and buzzing. So everybody, sincerely, look after each other. Have a really nice day, and I will see y'all